In 1914, Europe looked peaceful. Rich empires, powerful armies, growing cities. But beneath that calm surface, something dangerous was building. Tension, pride, power. Then, on a quiet morning, in a small city called Sarajevo, a young man pulled a trigger. One bullet, one moment, and within weeks the entire world was at war. Millions would die, empires would collapse, and history would change forever. So how did one single assassination start the deadliest war the world had ever seen? Before the war even began, Europe was already divided. On one side stood Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy. On the other side, France, Russia, and the United Kingdom. These alliances were like a row of dominoes. If one country fell into war, the rest would follow. At the same time, countries were racing to become the most powerful. They were building bigger armies, stronger weapons, and massive navies. Factories were producing guns and artillery at an insane scale. War wasn't just possible, it was being prepared for. Nationalism made things worse. Every country believed it was superior and deserved more power. And across Europe, empires were competing for land, influence, and control. This wasn't peace. This was a continent waiting for a spark. That spark came on June 28, 1914. In Sarajevo, Archduke Franz Ferdinand was visiting the city. He was the future ruler of Austria-Hungary. But in the crowd was a young man named Gavrilo Princip. He stepped forward, raised his gun, and fired. The Archduke was dead. That single act triggered chaos. Austria-Hungary blamed Serbia and declared war. Russia stepped in to defend Serbia. Germany backed Austria-Hungary. France joined Russia. And when Germany invaded Belgium, the United Kingdom joined too. Within days, the entire continent was at war. What started as a local conflict had now become a global disaster. But no one expected what came next. This wasn't a quick war. It turned into a nightmare of trench warfare. Soldiers dug into the ground, living in mud, cold, and fear. For months, sometimes years, they couldn't move forward. Machine guns cut down thousands in seconds. Artillery shells rained from the sky. Poison gas filled the air, burning lungs and blinding soldiers. Entire generations were wiped out. By the end of the war, more than 16 million people were dead, and the world was completely changed. The German Empire was defeated. The Austria-Hungary collapsed. The Ottoman Empire disappeared. Old empires were gone, and new nations were born. But peace didn't last, because the punishment given to Germany after the war would plant the seeds for something even worse. Just think about it. A single decision, a single moment, a single bullet led to millions of deaths, and a world forever changed. But the most terrifying part? This war was supposed to end all wars. Instead, it only set the stage for an even deadlier conflict, World War II. History doesn't always repeat itself, but sometimes it begins with just one mistake.